Okay, let's unpack this. You've probably noticed them, right? Those silent electric scooters gliding past, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Or perhaps caught a glimpse of a sleek electric motorcycle on the road.
Mm,
It really feels like the whole landscape of personal urban transport is rapidly shifting.
it does, doesn't it? Silently sometimes.
Exactly. So today we're taking a deep dive into the Electric Motorcycles and Scooters Market Report 2025 Global Edition. This is
Yeah.
from Cognitive Market Research.
Right.
And our mission really is to pull out the most important uh, nuggets of knowledge from this pretty extensive report. We're looking at where this market stands right now,
Okay.
where it's barreling towards by 2033, and what exactly is fueling this electrifying trend across the globe.
Got it. Looking forward to it.
Just to give you a sense of the scale we're talking about here,
Mm.
this market, valued at an impressive $27.5 billion
Hmm.
globally. That was back in 2021.
Already a substantial number.
Yeah, but here's where the projections get truly compelling. It's forecast to reach over $113 billion by 2033.
Wow. That's quite a leap.
It is. That's a powerful compound annual growth rate, or CAGR, of 12.53%.
Mhm.
So basically, the market's expanding by an average of over 12.5% year over year.
Which is a very healthy indicator. It signals real sustained demand.
Definitely.
And that kind of rapid adoption, it isn't just some marketing buzzword, is it? These figures, they show a tangible global shift.
Yeah.
What's truly fascinating, I think, is how this growth reflects this kind of powerful confluence of factors.
Like what?
Well, you have rising environmental awareness, for one, then volatile fuel prices really pushing consumers towards alternatives,
Makes sense.
and crucially, increasing government support for EV adoption. Think incentives, infrastructure development, that sort of thing.
Right, right.
So it's not just about getting from point A to point B anymore. It's about a future vision for urban mobility actually taking shape.
That nearly fourfold jump in just over a decade,
Mm-hmm.
it's truly staggering. But the real story, maybe, is how this electrifying trend is playing out differently across the globe. Each region seems to offer a unique lens, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Distinct drivers, different paces.
And some surprising standout performers, apparently. So let's dig deeper into how this growth journey unfolds. We'll look at the major market values in 2021, then their long-term outlook for 2033, and those crucial growth rates.
Yeah, indeed. Understanding these regional nuances is absolutely key because the drivers, the adoption rates, they can vary significantly. It paints a rich, diverse picture of market dynamics.
You see patterns, I guess?
You'll certainly see overarching patterns, yeah, but also some fascinating individual market performances that might challenge expectations.
Okay, let's start. Maybe North America.
Good place to start. Big market.
Right, so North America, this region holds a very significant share of the global market. Revenues here started at around $9.3 billion in 2021
Okay.
and are expected to reach almost $36.6 billion by 2033.
That's substantial growth.
It is a solid annual growth rate of just over 12%. And within North America, the United States is clearly the largest contributor, projected to hit roughly $29 billion by 2033, expanding at a strong 12.3% CAGR. Canada and Mexico are also contributing, growing steadily as the market matures across the continent.
The U.S. being such a dominant force there is particularly interesting, isn't it? Especially when you think about its historically car-centric culture.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This rapid growth, it suggests a significant ongoing shift towards, let's say, micromobility.
What's driving that, do you think?
Well, it's likely a mix. Increasing urban congestion, for sure. The rise of the gig economy, delivery services needing efficient last-mile solutions.
Yes, the delivery scooters.
Exactly. And importantly, state-level incentives,
Yeah.
they're making electric two-wheelers a much more viable, more attractive alternative to maybe owning a car in cities.
So it's not just more vehicles, it's changing how people move.
Precisely. It's about redefining how urban residents choose to move. And while Mexico's growth rate is slightly lower, it still represents a substantial expansion from its 2021 base. It shows that broad regional shift across, diverse economic landscapes.
Okay, so from North America's significant expansion, let's look at Europe. A slightly different dynamic, maybe, but still fueling impressive growth.
Seems so. Let's see.
Moving across the Atlantic, yeah, we find a pretty robust picture.
Yeah.
The European market stood around $7.1 billion in 2021
Right.
and is expected to climb to nearly $29 billion by 2033. That demonstrates an annual growth rate close to 12.4%.
Very similar to North America's overall rate.
It is.
Yeah.
And while countries like France are strong contributors, projected to reach almost 5 billion by 2033, it's worth noting, the report says, that nations like Russia are actually showing even higher annual growth rates within the continent. Yeah. But overall, major economies like the UK, Germany, Italy, Spain, they're all demonstrating robust, double-digit annual growth. It signals a kind of continent-wide embrace of electric two-wheelers.
What's fascinating about Europe, I think, is how its diverse economic landscape and varied regulatory environments likely play a big role in these different growth rates.
So?
Well, you see widespread adoption even in markets like Sweden and Denmark. Now, they might be smaller in raw numbers,
Right.
but they show impressive KGNRs. It indicates that even in regions with really excellent public transport infrastructure, electric two-wheelers are finding their niche.
So it's not just replacing cars, it's filling a different need.
Exactly. It points to a demand for personalized, flexible, and sustainable urban transport solutions, often driven by, increasingly restrictive emission zones in city centers and just a general push towards greener alternatives.
Makes sense. Okay, now let's talk about a real powerhouse. The Asia-Pacific region. The report calls it a major growth driver.
Ah, yes, APAC. Always a key region for two-wheelers generally.
Totally. So from approximately $6.2 billion in 2021, it's projected to soar to over $26.4 billion by 2033. That's a strong CAGR of over 12.7%.
Mm-hmm.
This region is absolutely buzzing with activity. You've got giants like China, Japan, India, all showing substantial growth.
Yeah, and what's truly remarkable there isn't just the overall size, although that's huge. It's some of the standout individual performances.
Like who?
Well, while the larger economies are certainly growing, take Singapore, for example. It stands out with one of the highest growth rates globally, an astonishing 13.068% CAGR.
Wow, nearly 13.1%.
So what's behind that kind of growth, beyond just population density and maybe an existing scooter culture?
Well, those are factors, sure.
Yeah.
But what's often crucial here are the specific targeted urban policies and industry innovations.
Can you give an example? Okay, Singapore. You have high vehicle ownership costs combined with government incentives specifically for electric models. That directly propels these figures.
Right, policy driving adoption.
Exactly. Or look at Taiwan. Strong local manufacturing capabilities plus the widespread adoption of battery swapping infrastructure.
Ah, the swapping stations.
Precisely. That's created a highly competitive and rapidly growing electric scooter market. It really illustrates how policy, technology, and industry can kind of synergize to accelerate adoption.
Fascinating. Okay, looking south now. South America.
Yeah.
Also on a strong upward path.
Seems to be the trend everywhere, doesn't it?
It does. So South America moving from around $2.5 billion in 2021 to an expected $10.3 billion by 2033. That's an annual growth rate of nearly 12.4%.
Consistent.
Yeah. And Brazil leads the charge within the region, projected to reach almost $3.8 billion by 2033, expanding at a robust 12.7% CAGR. Shows significant market development. Argentina, Colombia, Peru, Chile, all following suit with strong double-digit growth rates.
Good to see that breadth of growth.
Definitely. Then the Middle East, likewise expanding at a healthy pace. Valued at nearly $1.4 billion in 2021.
Okay.
And forecast to grow to over $5.7 billion by 2033. A KGR of about 12.6%.
So strong double digits.
Yep. Countries like Turkey, UAE, Saudi Arabia are key contributors here.
Yeah.
Each projected to exceed $1 billion by 2033, all showing that strong double-digit annual growth.
So steady growth across most regions, slightly varying rates.
But if you're looking for the fastest growth, prepare for a real surprise.
Ooh, where's that?
Africa. It shows one of the most impressive KGRs globally.
Really? Africa?
Yeah. Starting at $871 million in 2021. Smaller base, obviously.
Yeah.
But this market is predicted to reach an astonishing $5.4 billion by 2033.
Okay, and the growth rate?
Get this. An incredible 15.243% compound annual growth rate.
15%. Wow.
Wow.
That's a true market explosion, as you said.
It really is.
That incredible growth rate in Africa immediately brings a crucial question to mind. What specific factors do you think are enabling such rapid uptake in these emerging markets? It must be more than just catching up.
That's a fantastic point. My first thought honestly goes to sheer necessity and the economics. Maybe electric two-wheelers are just significantly more cost-effective, given fuel price, volatility, maintenance.
That makes a lot of sense, the running costs.
Yeah. But I also wonder if we're seeing that leapfrogging effect, where they're kind of bypassing older vehicle technologies altogether, much like how mobile phones rapidly surpassed landlines in many developing nations.
You've definitely hit on both key aspects there. The leapfrogging is, I think, a powerful force. In many African nations, electric two-wheelers are often introduced into an ecosystem where traditional public transport might be less developed or, inconsistent.
Ah, so they become a primary mode of transport, not just secondary.
Potentially, yes. And the cost effectiveness is paramount. Not just in fuel, but maybe maintenance, accessibility. This seems particularly evident in nations like South Africa and Nigeria.
Which the report highlights.
Yes, they're leading this charge with phenomenal KGRs. Over 15.5% for South Africa and 15.2% for Nigeria.
Just huge rates.
Their rapid expansion, even from relatively smaller bases, indicates this massive untapped potential and an accelerating shift. It's likely driven by that combination: necessity, economic viability, and a direct jump to cleaner, more efficient personal mobility.
Okay, so let's try and pull this all together. What does this all mean for you, listening, and the future of transport? We've seen this clear, undeniable global surge in the electric motorcycle and scooter market.
Undeniable is the word.
From North America's substantial contributions, with the U.S. as a major player driven by shifting urban mobility, to Asia-Pacific being that major growth driver, where targeted policies and existing two-wheeler culture are just fueling incredible expansion.
Right, Singapore, Taiwan. Yeah.
Europe holding its own with widespread adoption, even in mature markets.
Yeah.
And even South America and the Middle East showing robust development. It really points to a truly global phenomenon.
Absolutely. And what truly stands out to me, looking across all this data, is how the underlying drivers, environmental concerns, the economics of fuel prices, supportive government policies, the sheer flexibility of electric two-wheelers, they're creating fertile ground for this growth pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
But perhaps the most striking insight from this report, for me anyway, is Africa's emergence as the fastest growing region.
That 15% CAGR is hard to ignore.
Exactly. It suggests that while sheer market scale is currently dominated by established economies, the future narrative of rapid transformation and perhaps innovative adoption might increasingly be written in unexpected places. It proves that where the need is greatest, the pace of change can be, well, astonishingly fast.
It's clear then that the electric two-wheeler market is not just some niche thing anymore. It's a rapidly expanding and arguably fundamental segment of global transportation.
Yeah, already reshaping how millions commute.
And interact with their cities. The quiet revolution is definitely well underway and picking up speed.
This deep dive into the cognitive market research report, it paints such a vivid picture, doesn't it? A market really on the move. And thinking about these trends, you listening might ask yourself, beyond these impressive numbers, what will these shifts truly mean?
Yeah, what are the knock-on effects?
Right. What will they mean for urban planning, especially in rapidly growing cities, for local economies adapting to new industries, and just for our daily lives as we approach 2033 and beyond? And maybe think about how these rapidly expanding markets, especially those like Africa with the fastest growth rates, how will they ultimately influence the global electric vehicle landscape? Could they perhaps even inspire similar transformations in other sectors of sustainable development?
That's a truly provocative thought to leave everyone with. We trust this deep dive has offered you a rapid, clear path to understanding the incredible shifts happening in this vibrant, evolving market.
Hope it was useful.
Until next time, keep exploring.